This is the LowcoSports Lowdown podcast. Here are your hosts, Justin Jarrett and Wes Kerr.
Hey, LowcoSports fans! For once, the intro matches what you see on your screen. It's Justin Jarrett and Wes Kerr. It's the LowcoSports Lowdown. It's Monday night, and it's playoffs. We got soccer and baseball getting going tonight. We got some softball on tap tomorrow, and more soccer and more baseball, and it's just going to be more the same all week long. So we'll be rounding up the scores and highlights and stats and interviews and all that stuff from the playoff scene, and later on we're going to talk about Nick Pringle and where he's going to play next year. If you haven't heard yet, surely you've heard by now he's going to be a Gamecock, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. Max Arraj is going to be jumping on. He'll want to talk about that for sure. He'll also want to talk baseball, so we'll hold off on that and talk baseball with Ned Mullis. Sharks got the win tonight. Bobcats nearly pulled off the upset at North Myrtle Beach, but couldn't quite do it. Out on the farm, the Patriots cruised. Not too many really shocking outcomes there, but soccer is up first, and we've got one of the winning coaches from tonight. You were out at the Den where the Bobcats prevailed 2-0 over Lugoff, got revenge over last year. But Misa Garzone on his way home from West Florence, where the Sharks were victorious as well, 5-0. Misa be trolling. Not trolling tonight. He's just Misael Garzone tonight. But just here to make friends and be diplomatic tonight, I guess. So 5-0 win tonight, 5 different goal scorers, if I'm not mistaken. So good night overall for the Sharks. Happy bus ride home.
We're about halfway forward, so maybe.
You're breaking up on us a little.
Yeah,
we had you loud and clear pre-show, but now you're breaking up a little bit.
Choppy area. There's a couple in South Carolina that are like that.
A little bit. It's starting to fade back in, but you've been to Buc-ee's, we can see. We'll stall for a minute and see if your signal improves. But Carter Lawson with the first goal, 15 minutes in. Fifi Falus with the assist. Jacob Madero scores in the 46th minute. Lawson and Lucas, whose last name is escaping me, with the assists. Josh Carachure in the 56th minute with Timmy O'Gorman assisting off the bench. Michael Caballero in the 78th minute with the PK, and then Sion Sasha Villarroel in the 80th minute. Quite a name there. Really a mouthful of names there, scoring goals tonight and contributing. But yeah, great night, and then the clean sheet as well. So you can't ask for much more than that.
Yeah, no, this is the first time in the preseason where I kind of had to do this.
You're still chopping up on us, man.
I got 4 bars.
I
know.
You
guys hear me now?
Oh, it's getting better.
Gremlins and
so they went offense. We bar really well. Really made them struggle with our offense. And overall.
No, it's not working. No, it's not working. We'll have to try it another time. But congrats, Misa. Great win as well for Bluffton. We were talking a little before the show. Just rolling on for Region 748. Hilton Head, they were out, right? Yeah, they didn't get in. Never mind. Yeah, it was just you two and James Island, Lucy Beckham.
We'll have to talk to Misa later.
But we'll have to catch you later, buddy. Safe travels. We tried.
All right.
At least you tried. We get the Bart Simpson "at least you tried" cake sliding in the trash. But we had him loud and clear before the show started, and then no bueno once
the gremlins around the state of South Carolina. There are some zones.
There's definitely, driving from Florence, there's some dead areas, so we understand. But we went through the goal scorers there. You can tell us more about the Bluffton Lugoff game, 2-0 win. And then also, before we get too much deeper, Buford also winning 2-0 over Aner in Class 3A, and Whale Branch 6-1 over Bethune-Bowman tonight. Still looking for a Hampton County boys score.
Yeah, potentially undefeated in high school, playoffs. That would be something. Hopefully the Hurricanes were victorious over Sherrod.
Oh, they lost 1-0.
Dang it. Oh, so close to a perfect evening.
Almost had a perfect slate.
Yeah, that would have been nice. But Sherrod gets the better of Hampton County in a close 1-0 defeat. But going back to that Bluffton game, Bobcats certainly earned it. They were the better team throughout, as we will hear from head coach Josh Fox in a few minutes. But, Bluffton, it was a strong first half, but they gave a couple of chances to Lugoff Elgin, in a couple different spots. But the Bobcats started off the game on the right footing, but really put the pedal down in the second half. They were all over them. I mean, they were in the attacking third of Lugoff Elgin for the majority of that second half and had a couple of terrific chances through that last 40 minutes and had a goal that was called back due to an offside. Nearly went up 1-0 there. Just great passing, great teamwork on offense, and they were eventually able to break through here in a few minutes. But it was really all Bluffton and great defending as well. Lugoff Elgin did not do much in that second half. The back line, especially those seniors of guys like Chris Trinos, Hunter Morris, Michael Boyle, they were tremendous and did not give really much at all for Lugoff Elgin to really establish anything on offense. And it just looked like a matter of time until Bluffton was able to break through and score that first goal. And eventually they're able to get it in the
keeping the pressure on them.
67th minute is when they finally break through. But yeah, it was, like I said, it was all Bluffton and almost converting right there. That one just missed near post. They had a bunch of corners and a lot of opportunities on set pieces and nearly converted here. A couple of crazy sequences right there as just desperation clearing there by Lugoff Elgin. And then here's what looked like the first goal of the game. Great pass, but he was a little offside. That was Michael Chirinos, who was called for the offsides on the play. So tough one there. Looked like the Bobcats got that first goal, but it was a beautiful pass.
Nice chip, though. Wow, that was sick.
Yeah. And here we go right here. Hernandez over to Chris Chirinos and the setup the goal by Michael Chirinos. The connection from Chris Chirinos to Michael Chirinos, and it's 1-0 Bobcats. And it just felt like it was destined to happen. That was a beautiful pass. What a find there by Chris.
That's one of those where until you score, though, man, it's just so anxious because you know you're dominating the game, but you have nothing to show for it. And if they just pop one counter, you're down. And so until you get one on the board, it's a sickening feeling when you just can't.
Really, I think the only way that Lugoff Elgin would win this game is if just a crazy break or if they take it to penalties. And I thought that we were going to penalties by the way this game's been going. Bluffton just wasn't able to find that finishing touch and convert, and then finally
sounds like that was kind of the strategy for Lugoff was maybe we can just get the penalties.
Definitely a longer way to go in terms of overtime, but in the playoffs. But it looked like it could happen. But Bobcats thankfully able to find that scoring touch in the 9 minutes of this game, and then beautiful header by Federico Guerra off the feed, the corner from Michael Boyle. And that pretty much does it at 2-0 with just under 10 minutes to go. So beautiful set piece, and then the celebration right there by Guerra. And they were
Bluffton dominated that match, though. I didn't see a whole lot of action happening in the Lugoff end of the field. But Buford's Own had that one. If you want to catch it in full, they've also got their highlight package up. Javon doing the most always. Appreciate you, Bo. But bad timing. But so May River and Bluffton both move on. Let's see if we can get the brackets up here real quick for a boys soccer. Here we go. Let's peep these brackets. Eventually, I'll get you the brackets here. Here we go. All right. So Bluffton Going to move on and face Myrtle Beach on the road on what's that, Wednesday?
Those will be on Wednesday.
Yep. May
Yeah,
River will go to AC Flora.
Yeah.
So
both those teams have, they've been resting, and it's never easy to go on the road. But I just think the underdog rule suits, especially Bluffton. I think the Bobcats can come in the way they've been playing defense, and we'll hear Coach Fox talk about the way that the defense has really stepped up this year in a few moments. But I like the Bobcats as a sneaky underdog in that matchup. That could be interesting for sure.
I do too. Yeah,
against that Myrtle Beach
and
squad,
Misa was indicating he kind of thought so too, that they might be able to get them. So yeah, will be a tough draw for the Sharks for sure at AC Flora. But it's a scrappy little squad. You got some depth and well coached, and Misa will have a good game plan to give him a chance to keep him in it as long as possible and see what happens. But let's hear from Coach Fox post game tonight after the big win for the Bobcats.
Second half for the finish. Tell me about how you guys controlled those last 40 minutes to punch your ticket in round 2.
I'll be honest with you, I felt like we controlled all 80 minutes. We had a lot of opportunities in the first half. Our boys were playing the Bluffton brand of soccer. The halftime speech was, it's coming, and sure enough, they got in the second half. They moved it side to side long enough to break them down, and Chris had made a gutsy run down to the end line and gave us just what we needed to push us past.
Tell me about how your senior leaders helped step up to power you guys to a playoff win tonight.
The one big thing that these boys keep talking about is that this is thank you. That this is this is going to be their last night playing on this field unless some crazy stuff happens and we end up in a lower state championship with those boys down the road. We're out of here. So that was a big deal for the seniors to be able to show up and show out their last night out here at their stadium.
You got the big first goal, and then Federico Guerra with the insurance on a beautiful header in the back of that.
Fed that's front post Fed, man. Fed has every goal he scored this year has been on a front post run, on a corner kick, and finishing with a clean header. We expect nothing less from him.
Tell me about how you guys continue to push, continue to attack as this game wore on, to continue to get opportunities, eventually end up cashing in those last 20 minutes.
We talked to the boys about just playing Bluffton soccer, and that's what it's about. It's about being patient. It's about moving the ball and taking what the defense gives to us and not playing anybody else's game but ours. And I was really happy with the patience they showed, the calm they showed, and it took all the way towards the end of the second half. But this
was a tough region. How did it help prepare you for the postseason that you guys are in now?
This is the toughest region in the state. I feel like every game's a playoff game. So we are definitely battle tested. Every team in this region is battle tested, even Hilton Head, who got squeezed out of the playoffs. But this region is definitely an advantage heading into postseason play.
Well, you gave the GOAT necklace at the end of the game to Chris Trinos, senior, who was tremendous to help anchor that back line. How about that defensive performance, especially late in that second half, to help lock it down?
That's always been our strength. I mean, we just finished our 17th game of the season. I think we've had 12 goals scored on us, and a lot of that was Hunter, a lot of that was that back four, and like I said last week, we got 3, 4, 5 guys who are willing to step in, and we trust all of them, and it showed out there tonight.
How excited are you to get an opportunity to steal a win at Myrtle Beach and continue to move on in these playoffs?
Oh, how excited am I? A 4-hour bus ride. It doesn't get any better than that, Wes. No, to be honest with you, I love going to someone else's place and trying to rain on their parade. So if we can send their seniors home for their last game on their home field, then that'll make our day.
How much have you enjoyed this season back here at Bluffton, coaching these Bobcats?
It's been a blessing. It's been a blessing. I feel like I've been saying it all along. Like everything fell into place, happened for a reason. I love being at the school that I teach at. I love getting to see these boys in the hallways every day, and I love getting to see them celebrate big moments like this.
Nothing like a playoff win. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you very much.
Good stuff from Coach Fox, having a terrific first season back at Bluffton High School. Good to see him back over there. But it just fits, it feels right when he's over there. But doing a great job. Beaufort advanced 2-0. They will go to Camden in the next round. Camden won 4-2 over Gilbert. And then Whale Branch, I believe, goes to Bridges, right? Isn't that right?
Yeah.
I thought that was the deal, was that they were matched up with Bridges if they won. Yes, they'll go to Bridges. So we got a little Lowco on Lowco battle in round 2. Should be fun. But we do have a friend waiting to talk a little baseball, so we'll shift gears here And shout out some sponsors real quick. The MVP sponsors of LowcoSports, Megan Jarrett, the official realtor of LowcoSports, and my wife. She would love to help you find your place in the Lowco or upgrade to a bigger, better place in the Lowco if you want to put the home on the market. It's a great time to buy or sell in the Lowco real estate market with Megan Jarrett, the official realtor of LowcoSports, Keller Williams of the Lowcountry. Homegrown Home Inspections, official home inspector, Jan Lucas and his team are the best. They're going to make sure that you're making a great investment in the Lowco real estate market. And if you're building a new home, you got to have a phased inspection. They'll check in on it every step of the way, make sure it's being built right with Homegrown Home Inspections. Mickelson Law Firm, official closing attorney of LowcoSports, presenting sponsor of our Hilton Head Christian Academy coverage. HHCA had the bye tonight in the baseball bracket. We'll get into that in a minute. We know who they'll play in the next round now. Mickelson Law Firm, been with us since the beginning in 2017. They just have been with us since the start, and we appreciate that. So we hope you'll call on them for all your legal needs. And Hospice Care, the Lowcountry official hospice provider and only not-for-profit hospice in Southern Beaufort County. We love our partnership with Hospice Care, the Lowcountry. They provide so many great services in the community, and all not-for-profit, and nobody's coming out of pocket for those end-of-life care services. So Hospice Care, the Lowcountry, where it's not about dying, it's about living. Those are our MVP sponsors. Let's talk some baseball with the man fresh from the Fresh Produce bullpen. It's Ned Mullis. What's up, Coach?
What's up?
Doing all right. I know you're feeling good. Nice win by the Sharks tonight. Hollywood went out there and pitched really well. Tyson finished it off. Everybody was swinging it. You guys weathered the storm a little bit early. They had like 6 hits in the first 2 innings, but you were able to just kind of limit the damage, and then Wood settled in, and you got the bats going, and man, everybody was hitting tonight.
It's kind of what Logan does, he just kind of hangs around the plate, doesn't walk anybody. You're going to have to string hits together to get him, and it's kind of tough. We play pretty good defense behind him. It's tough tonight, old Landshark Park was about like I-95 tonight. So, it's pretty hot. So they a couple balls jumped up on Jordan, but outside of that, it's
fast
pretty
track.
good. Yeah, it was fast track. It's fast track.
Tell you what, when it warms up, the bats team to do the same thing around here in the Lowcountry. So good to see.
Wind was blowing in though. Blowing in from
all right.
Straight from right field. That was a weird wind tonight.
It was. Picking it up late here, Tyson on the mound, finishing it off.
Well, he warmed up good, didn't he? I mean, you were down there. Yeah,
I was right behind him when he was warming up.
He had the good stuff tonight. I mean, he got hit a couple times, but damn, he was pretty good. Yeah. I think he fooled Mark right there.
He did. He did. He gave up on
Tell you what,
Mark was good tonight. Mark was good tonight.
Yeah, great to see that. But Chris Beckman has been hot at the dish. Another
strong
performance, 2-8 game, drove in 2 runs. I like the way the depth of this offense is performing, and so many guys that can find ways to beat you at the plate. I just think this offense is really starting to cook simultaneously together, and when you do that, it is difficult to beat you this time of year. So,
well, you got a bunch of
picking up from what you did. Yeah.
You got a bunch of unselfish guys. I was talking to Coach Schmidt after the game tonight, and Tyson, I can't remember what inning was it where he had a sacrifice bunt.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah, I wasn't there yet.
It was maybe the 5th inning or so. I mean, it was late.
I think it was right before I got there.
And so, but I was talking to Coach Schmidt about it, and he said that they had a call timeout to talk to the pitcher. And he said Tyson walked right over to him and said, "Hey, you want me to lay one down here? It's a good time to lay one down right here."
Called it himself.
Yeah, and I mean, you got team leaders doing that. That's just unselfish.
Yep.
And you can't. In this place here, with this play right here, we probably should have been playing more no doubles right there.
Yeah.
Kind of hindsight being 2020. But that's what we were playing real deep. I mean, that ball was right down the line. And
it was in the 3rd inning that he sacrificed.
It was early.
You guys were down 2-0. You had 1st and 2nd and nobody out, and he said, "Want me to lay one down?"
Yeah,
lay one down.
And we got 2 hits right behind it.
And then Trace flew out, or popped out, but
Willie
then,
got a single. And
Willie
somebody
came
got
up with a big hit, and then Schroeder walked. So you got one back there, and then got the big inning.
Coach, I really think the leadership
in the
and
fourth.
the top level talent of this group is really starting to mature before our eyes down the stretch. Would you agree with me that you're seeing just a great maturity and confidence alongside, the top guys on this team, which is really feeding off amongst the group at the end of this regular season and into postseason?
I think it's maybe it's a fine line between maturity and confidence.
Yeah.
And they've been pretty good all year, but I mean now they're starting to believe it. We knew they were pretty good, and these guys aren't young anymore. You're looking at Trace Mishnick back there catching. Trace played a lot of baseball games.
Yeah, he has.
Tyson's been those two right there have been playing since they were freshmen.
Right.
Well,
and even like the young guys like Beckman and Reed, they're not playing like young guys anymore either. They're they're coming up with huge plays.
Yeah.
Jordan was like instant offense
job he was doing. Yeah. I was just watching how good a job he was doing holding that runner back there. I mean, this is just
little things.
The little stuff.
Yep.
They make the difference in postseason baseball.
But I mean, look at this guy they had hitting here.
Yeah, that was.
Did y'all see these guys?
They had some giant dudes.
Men's.
I
mean, this guy went from second to short when the shortstop
took one off the noggin.
Golly.
I don't know what happened on that. I think the Twilight must have got him or something.
Yeah, don't jump unless you got to, guys.
Yeah, he misjudged that ball. Yeah. That thing was twisting though.
Oh yeah, well, there was windy, man. It was pretty windy out there tonight.
It was twisting pretty good, but nice win. And then the Bombcats almost did their part.
Man,
believe me, it was being watched. Game changer was out.
I had at least a half a dozen people show me the game changer while I was watching the game.
You got one in the bullpen.
Yeah, I sure did. That was at least the third one I'd seen too.
Oh, we were pulling
got down there.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody
pitched a whale of a game. A whale of a game.
He always does. I mean, who's surprised by that?
Not me. I mean, not any of us. We've talked about him all year, and I said, man, if they let him in, I don't care who they're playing. He's going to give them a chance. He's going to keep them in the game.
Was it Hartsville a couple years ago? He did the same thing too. I think they were ranked number one. They had Camarella and a bunch of guys, but he does something like that every year.
Yeah. Well, and if they make plays on defense, they made 4 errors in that 6th inning when they gave up the lead. All 4 errors came in that 6th inning, and
we've seen that before. I saw that before with this team. Unfortunately,
you just can't. When you get up there, you get playing in big boys. The errors, you can't have.
No, you can't give them extra outs. They will punish you.
They will get it. They will find a way.
Yep, and that's what happened. I mean, Miles still had pitches left to finish off the 7th that they could have preserved the lead.
Now, who do they?
But then they had the bottom of the order up, down 1, and just they left a guy on second, couldn't get him in.
Who do they?
Well, they'll get Irmo. They get
Irmo. Yeah. That's right.
And Irmo held back their ace, right?
And then I saw where. Oh yeah, no. I don't think they held him back. I think he didn't have. He pitched.
He wasn't up today. Yeah, that's what I meant. Just that they have him. They have him for.
He'll be there for Wednesday. That was that tall first base.
Austin will have to be on the road. They'll travel there, and then May River goes to North Myrtle Beach with a chance to really cement their claim in this bracket if they can knock off the Chiefs. And then Hilton Head,
the old Vandy guy.
Hilton Head fell tonight as well, but they will host South Florence, who got walked off.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Lou got Elgin.
How many
times? 3.
We were talking about this, but that was Ludolph Elgin, wasn't it? I mean, that was the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
And how many times has South Florence had to make his trip down here the last few years?
A bunch.
They know the way.
Every year. Every year they got to come to May River or Buford or someplace.
They know the exit.
That's right. So yeah, they'll be down here.
They're down though. They're not. They're rebuilding. So that Hilton Head might knock them off Wednesday. I don't think they've got
Hilton Head throw tonight.
That's a good question. I don't know.
I'm gonna look it
I
up.
knew that. I have to check.
Apparently, West Florence had a dude throwing. I saw allegedly 73 or 93 tonight, but
yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. I mean,
Rogers, kid named Rogers, struck out 12 and 4 2/3. That checks out.
All right.
I'll do it.
That checks out.
Yep.
They threw Alsobrook, Shapiro, Wendell, and Bybee, but Wendell and Bybee only threw.
Schwartz potentially.
Wendell threw 39, so he's done.
So they'll have that's their guy though, right?
Schwartz. He's
So
Schwartz. I would guess it's Schwartz's ball on Wednesday to try to keep him
I think so.
Yeah.
Yep. He's been a competitor this year. It certainly hasn't always been, and they've made errors behind him as well. But he has been a great competitor, and that's the guy you want in the elimination game for Hilton Head.
Had you guys on the ropes for most of the night, Mullins?
I was in. I was watching that one on Game Changer in Hilton Head, but not at the game, not at the field.
That's right. Dealing with your health.
Yeah. Well, I had a little hiccup there for a couple weeks.
You're doing the Lou Brown. I love this British crap.
Yeah.
On that one.
Hey, don't knock the zero sugar Jello. Got that coming from the hospital.
So North Myrtle on Wednesday, long road trip, but I mean that's what you wanted to earn tonight.
Oh yeah.
So
I mean you kind of look forward to them. You know those things. You know this team they play pretty good. You know they'll take it as a challenge, and it'll be one. And you know they'll get after it.
So North Myrtle tonight through. Do you know names of their dudes?
I don't. There's like 5 of them.
They threw Rice and Long.
There's like 5 of them. I know the Vandy.
Long only threw 35. One of them's from Vandy.
One of them's going to Vandy. One of them's going to Virginia Tech. There was another Power 5 guy too, and then like two fairly. I mean, they're all. I think they were all. I think there's 5 D1. I think.
Arms all or just
I don't know. I know the one guy going to Vandy is a pitcher.
Wow.
So
they got a bunch of unnamed players.
But you know what? Bluffton went up there and they put their pants on the same way. I mean, they fought with them. You know,
they sure did. And they did it without Martucci too, who
he's hurt. He'll be back
the other night.
They were talking about he'll be back Friday.
Well, they'll need him back. They might need him back Wednesday to get past Irmo.
I don't know. But, they can play Irmo. They can play Irmo. Now they're not going to be able to kick it around, but they can play Irmo.
Well, and I'd imagine maybe Wolf gets to start. He's been throwing it pretty good. Or they got a couple kids they brought up from the JV that are pretty good arms, Basil and Coonsey. And then they got the Gilmore kid has given them some good outings over the years too. So
I mean,
we'll see what they got.
I will say this about Irmo though. That's a long lineup.
They are.
I mean, that was
and the middle's real good. Like
Al said that the middle of that lineup put a show on in batting practice today.
Yeah, he said they hit about 17 out of Shark Park.
Yeah, he said they made it look small, but that's a good thing. You know, you ain't gonna make old Hank Johnson look small over there.
Well, that's true. That's a giant yard. Oh, hey, look who's here. Max Arraj joins us on the Lowdown. What's up, buddy?
What's up, guys? How are y'all doing?
Welcome to the show.
Yes, sir.
Just talking ball. Sharks win. Bobcats let one slip away. Checking on the over on the SCISA side. Patrick Henry took care of business. 11-0. Forrest Ferry, complete game shutout, 8 Ks, no walks. Hugh Ferry, 2 for 3 with a triple. Rylan Brunson, 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Dorchester pulled away late and beat Thomas Hayward 10-7. St. John's Christian beat Carlton Prep 9-2. And Florence Christian 6-2 over JP2. So they'll be coming to see your HHCA boys tomorrow night.
Yeah. I thought Florence was a better team against JP2, but I didn't think it was that big of a difference, and it kind of showed tonight.
Yeah.
Tough game.
That was a tight game.
Yeah, it was a tight game all throughout. Ross Putnam put up a fight for JP2, and if he didn't do that, I think it could have been a different game for JP2 today. But they'll play.
What do you think about the scores?
Oh, they were up 2-1 and gave up 5 in the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, that's where I was like,
and
it could have gone either way, and then that 6th inning kind of ruined it for them. But
very close to what we were hoping for, a Lowco matchup and Hilton and Christian, but it will be the Eagles against the Eagles of Florence Christian.
Yeah, and I think what I'm looking at here. I think Christian Academy can cruise through this one, but Florence Christian's never an easy team to play. So, we shall see what happens. I'll be there tomorrow night, of course. So good game for JP2. Just didn't go their way in the end. But
you're still alive and fighting. You still have one more opportunity.
They don't play till later, right? They get
wait until the other games.
Yeah, they don't play till Wednesday because they have to wait for the Williamsburg Northside loser.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I would think they could hang with the Northside team.
Yeah, I think they can. It just depends on who pitches for JP2, right. I guess.
Yeah.
Putnam had a decent game tonight. He pitched real well through 5 innings, and then by the time that 5th inning came around, just didn't go his way. Other than that, he was pretty much dominating up until that 5th inning, and just
sometimes it is like that.
6th inning, it just didn't really go their way. So
the dreaded championship rounds, boys.
That's right. Yeah. 3rd time through the order.
Championship rounds.
Yeah. So Florence Christian, Hillnet Christian. I have a feeling it could be a close game. I think Hillnet Christian just has the better team as a whole. So
it'll be interesting to see who they throw.
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
No,
that's a good point. I would think because I don't know because I think it could be James Crosby for Hillnet Christian tomorrow night. That's my guess for their starting pitcher tomorrow night against Florence Christian.
Could be Brooks. Could be Wilson. I got a lot of options.
It could be one of those 3 pitchers. I think.
I would think one of those 3 most likely.
How does that thing work? Do they get through one side and then the other side they play a one-off or a best of 3?
They play I think a best of 3.
If you get to the championship
best of 3
series,
for the championship
series is the best of 3. The rest of the bracket's double elimination.
Right.
So the upper bracket against the lower bracket.
It's like so here you go.
It's not like this South
it's
Carolina
like the College World Series. You get the champion of each double elimination bracket.
It's basically the same format. You get the final series.
Yeah. Just on a smaller scale.
It's exactly the same.
Yeah. Actually, it's super regional.
Bigger scale, actually.
Except it's not it's not a neutral site, of course. You're not playing
there's no super regional though.
No, it's like that's what it boils down to.
I'm just saying that you don't play them all. It's College World Series all played at one site, and this is played.
Right.
True. Yeah, and then Prep plays tomorrow as well. They have their first game against Greenwood Christian. That's probably a 4:30 game, of course. So see how that one goes. They'll probably end up being
delight.
The afternoon delight.
God, how good would it be to get those 2 in a final?
Yeah,
4 o'clock.
I think Prep can breeze by Greenwood Christian. I don't think Greenwood's that good this year. And then they'd probably end up getting PD Academy unless somehow PD loses to either Orangeburg or Carolina
PD's
Academy.
A problem. PD's a problem.
PD is a problem in that bracket, that part of the bracket. So I have a feeling it'll be Prep and PD Academy on Friday. barring a surprise upset.
Man, that would be awesome.
I agree. Yeah, it should be a good one. Tomorrow night we got Buford opening up at home against Georgetown, Battery Creek at Waccamaw, Hampton County at Buford. And then game 2 of Patrick Henry at Dillon Christian, Dorchester at Thomas Hayward, St. John's Christian at Carlton Prep. We got Florence Christian at HHCA and Greenwood Christian at Hilton Head Prep. Start times, it looks like per Game Changer, Prep at 4. Bridges Prep. I don't think we have that one in there. But Bridges Prep something. Maybe that's
Hilton Head Christian Academy Florence game is at 6 o'clock.
Yep. That's what I got. Changer. Buford's at 7. And May River softball against North Myrtle Beach at 6.
Where is that?
Yeah.
That one's at it's at Land Shark, right?
You got start time on that one?
Yeah, they got it listed as 6 o'clock.
All right.
Yep, that's at Land Shark Park, baby.
Land Shark Park. Yep. Oh, in Colleton.
Colleton should be playing too, but theirs isn't a fun game changer.
Land Shark Park's at May River High School.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said, and then Colleton.
Yes. Okay. No, I got you now. I got you now. Okay.
You're like, what? You're playing in Colleton? No, Land Shark Park's
no way.
That's at the river.
Yes.
Which is actually a tidal slough, but
Yeah.
I'm excited for Wednesday. Buford softball playing Dillon, I believe, right?
Yeah, Dillon.
Oh yeah.
I will be on the broadcast for that game on Buford Zone.
Oh, good times.
Excited to do some.
Most, you need to get going, Bubba?
No, I'm good.
All right, just making sure. Didn't want you sitting over there stewing. But I'm eager to see how Buford does too. I still feel like they could catch a little lightning. We'll see. Sorry, looking at stuff.
Boy, man, I was watching that Bluffton game the entire time, and then I left right as the sixth inning began.
Oh man.
Well, and the first what you hate is the first error of that.
Yeah, I saw
sequence was at third base, which is where Nico would be if he's not hurt.
Oh man,
got to plug somebody in there, and then he makes an error in a big spot. And
still, though, man,
woulda, shoulda, coulda.
A 3-2 game is just
Big Dog Thomas Erdell also making his return to Buford Zone. All right.
Hey,
have the A
that's
team.
Right.
Out
Finals
there.
are there. He's probably home from college and
Finished it
get
up.
to have. Yeah.
All right.
Love that.
Well, I think we've done enough damage on baseball, boys. We can let Mullis get out of here and get to bed, and we'll talk with him down the road. How's that sound?
It's not bedtime.
All right, Bubba. Be good.
See you
Appreciate
guys.
See you guys.
Coach Mullis out of here. Going to call it a night. So there's your baseball roundup for tonight, and we set the stage for tomorrow night. Let's shout out the varsity sponsors of LowcoSports. DDS Web Design builds, hosts, and maintains websites for businesses and nonprofits to get results. So if you need to get found online so you can do more and think bigger, go to ddshhi.com. Parker Law Group serves legal needs across Colleton, Hampton, and Jasper counties, and they've jumped on board to help us continue to expand our coverage in those counties and shine a light on more deserving teams and student athletes around the Lowco. Reverence Wrestling Club, official wrestling sponsor of LowcoSports, presenting sponsor of the Lowco Grind. And if you want to take your skills on the mat to the next level, Reverence Wrestling Club is the place to be. And Dr. Ambrose Cole, the official chiropractor of LowcoSports. He's at Rooted Living Wellness in Bluffton, and he'll get you feeling right, mind, body, and spirit. I need to go see Dr. Ambrose. I'm a little jacked up after a baseball weekend, but that's the varsity sponsors. Speaking of basketball, Nick Pringle has a new home, and it is much closer to home. He is a Gamecock, baby. It's official now, by the way. He signed today.
Yeah, he did sign. Yep. Oh, that's exciting. Having him back home, man.
That's cool. A full circle moment, because he's, started right here in the Low Country, Seabrook, South Carolina, went to Wofford, and then journeyed over to Dodge City, and then Alabama, and now he's back here where it started in South Carolina, which I think is really cool. And I'm sure those Gamecock fans are thrilled to have.
Oh, they're fired up.
They're gonna have a real solid. They're gonna have a real solid team next season. They're gonna have a really good team because they've brought in a couple more players as well.
Well, yeah, Cam Scott got out of his NIL deal with Texas and came home too.
I think that is a terrific spot for Pringle.
That's gonna be a tough team to beat next season. Ooh,
yeah,
I like
got the Pringle lobs for days.
Yeah,
but no, I mean they really came on this season. We're playing good ball at the end, and tough loss to Oregon in the tournament, but I think that's definitely a program on the rise, and he's a big piece.
And he's gonna have his own fan club quickly over there. There's
they're already begging him for new gear with Carolina stuff on it. So new releases. So yeah, looking forward to seeing Nick back close to home, and maybe even being able to. I'd like to be able to get up and see him play on the last court I saw him play on in person. The one at Colonial Life Arena,
and where he played in the state championship.
That's right.
How about
last time we saw him play live, that's where it was.
Right, they lost the Great Collegiate in the championship, but now he's
gonna go make some better memories there. Now.
Yes,
that was a sad night for him. He was pretty distraught by the end of that one. But yeah, excited for Nick. And then a few other things that we kind of skimmed over because we were talking more about the playoff stuff, but some regular season SCISA stuff going down tonight as well. What do we have? Beaufort's own Lowco game 1 field trip to see. Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah.
I'd be down.
I like that.
I'd be down. Field trip.
Yeah, I mean,
do a live broadcast from Colonial Life Arena. But Hilton Head Prep girls soccer 3-1 over JP2 in a regular season matchup tonight. Beaufort Academy 5-0 over Patrick Henry on the girls' side.
And
Beaufort
those
Academy,
two teams.
Beaufort Academy's tough.
And those two teams, Hilton Head Prep, JP2, they could meet again in the playoffs. I wouldn't be surprised if we see that matchup. Yeah, I
wouldn't be terribly surprised about that either.
Yeah, they met last year. Trinity Grace Maxwell is tremendous in goal for JP2, so that's always a difference maker in the playoffs. They have a good goalkeeper, but Hilton Head Prep, they just continue to come after you, and they've got speed and talent and elite passing and team play on that squad. They have like playmakers who can find ways to produce individually, but they also have just great teammate awareness, and they get the ball to each other when they see that open player downfield, and it's just a great well-run team. And Calodondo is an absolute star. Avery Brothers is a dynamite out there on the field, and it's a tough team to beat, but JP2 has always hung tough with them. So I'm excited to see if they match up again not too long from now in the playoffs. But keep an eye on Beaufort County as well. That's a tremendous win, 5-0 dominant over Patriots. And
they've got a big one later this week, I think Wednesday, against Holy Trinity, which they met in the championship game last year. Holy Trinity's undefeated, beat BA earlier this year.
Big one.
And I think there's a pretty good chance they see each other in the championship game again. So so that's a fun little crosstown rivalry in Beaufort. It's starting to bud. And then BA boys also got the dub 2-1 over Patrick Henry in overtime. They beat Patrick Henry in penalties the other day out at the farm. So that's a really even matchup. And then on the golf front, Region 7 4A tournament at Hilton Head Lakes. James Island with a 316, Lucy Beckham 323, May River 325, Bluffton 336, Hilton Head 346. They all qualify for lower state. So that's good. I don't know what the qualification process is, but they said they all qualified. So that's outstanding. Landry Williams with the low medalist honors with a 71 stellar round. I think next best was 76, so really good stuff. Connor Olette with a 79 and Dane Scott from Bluffton with a 79, both to make the all-region team. And Sacha shot at 84, second best on his team. Solid outing.
There you go, Sacha. But how about that 71 from Landry Williams, blowing everybody out of the water with a 5-stroke win?
The little lefty, baby.
Man. Yeah.
Carving them up.
No,
he's tough. He's really good. He's young too. I want to say a freshman or a sophomore. sophomore, I want to say, but he's very young.
Yeah, I'm
and
excited.
Really good player.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how they do in the lower state tournament because I think it'll be interesting to see what teams wind up winning.
These squads aren't very, very far away from each other in terms of the talent out there. I mean, this was close. James Island, you got like what four players combined for your score. So really, it's you divide it by 4, and it's kind of like what you would see in individual tournaments. So it's very, very tight between these couple of teams. And I suppose there's always some there's a couple schools that are always pretty strong in the lower state, but I mean it's around this area these teams always seem to be like right there at the cream of the crop. But yeah, I mean if you continue to put up these strong and like if Williams continues to fire at this rate and you got some guys behind them shooting quality high 70s and maybe low 80s, it gives you a chance. So I like what May River's doing, and Bluffton, Hilton Head a little bit further back. I think the Sharks have a strong shot of doing something as we get into the major big tournaments, decisive tournaments of the year as we get to lower states and then hopefully qualifying for the state tournament. But this is when you got to be playing your best golf right now because this is where it's all decided.
Indeed. And then USCB at the Peach Belt Championships got a few solid results here. Cameron Edwards on the podium in the long jump in 3rd. And then the big one, Michael Martello wins the hammer throw. So Battery Creek alum, Michael Martello for USCB, taking 1st place in the Peach Belt Championships in the hammer. And then on the girls' side, Leisha Ford qualified 2nd in the 100 hurdles and 8th in the 200. So no points on the board yet there, but she's qualified in 2 events. And they did have a scorer, Sophia Stalford, 3rd or 6th in the hammer throw. So that's where we stand after day 1 at the Peach Belt Championships. And that's about it, boys. It's starting to kind of dwindle down a little bit. And we're going to have teams dropping out. Only lost 1 tonight. The Hampton boys bowing out 1-0 to Shara.
Really nice night of soccer. That was an excellent night. 4 wins, 1 loss on the high school league side, and a couple of clean sheet shutouts, whatever you would call them. May River, Bluffton, and Buford all blanking their opponents.
Yeah, good stuff. So we got some baseball teams. They're on the ropes now. They're down to their last life, but it's never over till it's over. As long as you get to keep running out there, you got a shot to keep it rolling for a while. So we'll see who can keep it going, survive and advance. But the Lowco Booster Club helps make this possible every night. The Court Lifestyle Pros are a part of the Lowco Booster Club. They are Lowco natives Daniel and Debbie Court. They're with Charter One Realty, and they want to bring you home to Hilton Head Island. Revive Rehab, Women's Health, and Pelvic Floor Physical Therapy is a great spot for new moms. Dr. Allie and Dr. Jen can help you get feeling like yourself. Eagle Creations has promotional items and custom apparel, as well as all kinds of custom gift items. And they can do heads on sticks, signs, all kinds of stuff. You want to get a shirt with your kid's name on it, whatever, they got you. Go over to the showroom on Argent Boulevard and see what they can do for you at Eagle Creations. Jay's Barbershop, great place to be in downtown Ridgeland. If you want some great conversation or want to come out looking stylish, go see Jay and the guys over there. And Barefoot Floor Care of the Low Country. Floors so clean, your feet will thank you, from Chris Odom and crew. That's the Lowco Booster Club. Who you boys want to shout out tonight? Wes?
Yeah, well, it's Monday means teams of the week. So
that's true. It does.
You can do either. I mean, you want to shout out team, shout out player, do whatever you want. But I feel bad, but because you always get to kind of take them, but this Hilton Head Christian Academy baseball team for what they have done this year, and I mean they finished it off tremendously. The region 6-0, finishing it off the region slate for JP2. Zane Wilson with the dominance on the mound. Dylan Clark finished it off, and then some new guys we haven't talked much about, including like Anthony Seminaria with 2 for 4.
Young dude.
Slade Bird, the Bird brothers, Slade Bird, Steel Bird. It's like the Bash brothers out there sometime with the way they hit the ball. And then Cody Brott has been the catalyst with his base stealing, but he's also got some pop too. So, it comes down to pitching. It comes down to how you can execute, because there's some good teams in that classification. It's got to be on your best game, but I think they're right there as one of the favorites to go away.
I would have to agree. I think I don't know if they are the favorite just because PD is the defending champ, but
I mean,
they're the favorite to get there
the
at the least.
Yeah,
but no, I know you said one of the favorites, and then I started to say they were the favorite, but then I was like, well, maybe not. But favorite to get there anyway.
Yes.
Max, you got a team of the week, or you're shouting somebody out? What are you doing?
Yeah, man. Give me May River baseball from last week going into this week as well. You beat one of the top teams in South Carolina in James Island, who was super impressive to watch. And, you score 4 runs against one of their best pitchers, end up taking the win in the end. And, they lost to Lucy Beckham, but they played a tough game in that one, after, the very next day after coming off of what was a, all hands on deck win against, James Island. And then you come into today, first round of the playoffs, you win 8-2 over Irmo. Player in particular from today's game, I wanted to shout him out. Hargis, man. Boy, did he pitch well when there were base runners on, because he gave up 10 hits, but yet only allowed 1 run.
Yep.
And so, real impressive, man. You had bases loaded when the pressure was on you. He got through it, and only allowed, it didn't allow much for Irmo to get at them. So, it was real impressive tonight by May River. And I look forward to seeing how the rest of the playoffs go for May River.
Yeah, I love the way Wood pitched tonight. He really attacked the zone, got after him, made him put the ball in play, and they got some hits, but they limited the damage. They hold runners really well, and they just do little things well. But he gave him a great outing tonight, and I like the way he finished it too. They let him know he was at 71 pitches. They gave him 1 more batter, 70 pitches, and Schmidt said, "You got 4 pitches, man. Like I'm taking you out at 74 because the rest matters, right?
Yeah.
So
it
take him out at 74 so he doesn't have to rest another day." And so he said, "You got 4 pitches." He went 1-0 on the guy, and then he just filled up the zone and made him hit a ground ball at third and get him out of the inning. So that was huge to be able to finish off that inning.
Yep. And then Brazenton shut the door on them, and
he did.
So, really good win, really good, game.
Well,
plan
he pitched smart in that situation because kept his pitch count down. He was pitching to contact for the most part. They got a couple hits off of him, scored a run, but he knew he had a huge lead, so he just wanted to go out there and get through it.
Yeah, all around, it was a great game plan by May River on how to attack this Irmo team, and they did just that. And, they won by 6 runs. I mean, that's a real impressive win for May River, and I expect them to, hopefully keep on doing that.
Yeah, they should be well set up. I suspect Willie goes.
Especially if you're able to beat the top seed, because then you kind of assume their path in the playoffs.
Right.
I think the way that Bluffton can do that against North Myrtle Beach, I have a feeling May River, with Willie Korn on the mound, I have a feeling May River could beat North Myrtle. Like
I think they got a real. I think they'll be competitive with them, and that's all you can really ask. If you're competitive, then you got a shot. If a couple things go your way, if you get a big hit with runners in scoring position or whatever, and I think they're going to have a ton of confidence coming off that win against James Island last week. That kind of that means a lot to know, because I think North Myrtle and James Island are kind of thought of as kind of 1A, 1B in the lower state, and so beating them, you're like, well, I mean, we beat them, we can beat this team.
And I think
there's a lot of confidence in that team right now.
Well, I also think it puts even more confidence on you with how Bluffton played against North Myrtle tonight.
No question.
I think it puts more confidence for May River to say, hey, if Bluffton can keep this close with Myrtle Beach the entire game, with North Myrtle the entire game, we can do that as well. So I have a feeling they have a lot more confidence than they did coming into tonight's game against Irmo. They have a lot more confidence
leaving
that game
right now. It doesn't matter who's playing the best. Wait,
a month ago, it's who's playing the best baseball right now, and
Yeah,
not much difference between these two teams. Not at all.
Well, I'm gonna give my team of the week to Whale Branch Boys Soccer. How about that? I don't know the last time that team won a playoff game, but it's got to be a minute if ever. Shout out to those guys. Coach White does yeoman's work. He's coaching every season, doing something, and just a guy who's about the kids first and leans into it, and he's got a solid little squad over there, and they'll take a run at Bridges Prep on Wednesday, and that'll be fun. I think Bridges is probably the better team, and I think probably the results this season would bear that out. But props to Whale Branch for getting on to the next round. Good stuff. Let's see, what were the scores when I played this season? Oh yeah, it's in Bridges' favor, 14-1 and 10-0.
Oh my!
Oh jeez. Hey man.
Yeah, but you know what? The two regular season games that Whale Branch played against Bethune were 6-4 and 5-4, and they beat them 6-1 today. So that's
all about what
impressive.
Happens now.
Good job, boys.
Hey man, it's the playoffs, dude. Anything can happen. So you never know. When the playoffs come around, there are teams who look a lot different going into the playoffs than they did during the regular season, and then
100% factual truth.
It can be a real slap in the face too when you play them, and you're like, "How in the world are they playing like this right now?" Right? That's the best part about playoffs in any sport. You'll play a team that you played during the regular season, and you're like, "Who is this team? Where did they come from?" So that's what I love about playoffs, man.
But they're back against the wall, and brings out a different beast. So Max, you're headed to Hilton Lake Christian tomorrow. Wes, what are you checking out? You going to the afternoon?
I think we got actually, I might be headed to the Shark Park, because we got a nice little
for the softball.
Softball and girls soccer also going on.
Oh, right,
over at
playoff
River. So I will be over there to
same at Buford,
bounce back and forth.
Same at Buford with girls
baseball
soccer
and soccer, I believe, right?
Oh no, softball is not. Oh baseball and girls soccer tomorrow.
Baseball have a home game tomorrow, don't they?
Yes, and girls soccer.
So
both against Georgetown.
May River will be home against Northborough Beach, and then soccer will host Ridgeview. I have to confirm a time on the soccer side, but
man.
Yeah,
I got Electric Eels. The Electric Eels have a big one against the Dragons tomorrow night at 7:15.
There we go. All right.
Yeah, Bobby Collar's Dragons. It's going to be a battle. We play a home and home Tuesday and Wednesday. We both have the same home field though, so they're both at the same place. Oscar Frazier,
like the New York Jets and the Giants.
Yeah, the Jets and the Giants. Or that one semi-pro league in Texas where there are 4 teams that all use the same stadium.
Yep.
Baseball. We had a USCB guy. A couple USCB
they have not
guys
posted their time. I'm still looking for a time in that Ridgeview game. I have not seen one yet. So if you're a River fan, get me.
Check Instagram. It's always on Instagram. Everything's always on Instagram nowadays.
I do believe. I'm trying to think. I believe Javon's got the Buford girls game tomorrow.
I believe that's accurate. I can tell you for sure.
I think it is. Hold on.
I got his feed always up here. Actually, he's got
girls soccer. Buford versus Georgetown.
Yep.
Is that right? Yeah, I think that's right.
It says Buford versus Georgetown playoffs round 1.
Well, are they
girls soccer? Yes, he's got girls soccer tomorrow night, and then he's got softball on Wednesday.
With me.
Yeah, and those games also, I believe, are available on Beaufort County TV on the county channel.
So, nice. Well done.
Check it out if you get that. I don't get that on the YouTube TV, but if you get that, or I think you can maybe watch it on the internet. Not 100% sure, but you can watch it on Beaver's Own. That's where I watch it. So
yeah.
All right, boys. Well, that'll do it for tonight. We're all caught up. We only lost one team to the playoff hammer tonight. Everybody fights on for another day, and we'll be back tomorrow night to get you caught up on the update, the lowdown, the LowcoSports Lowdown. So thanks to Ned Mullis for jumping on. Thanks to Misa Garzone for making an effort. The cell signals did not help us out tonight, but we'll talk to him real soon, maybe even tomorrow night, to help us break down all the action from around the Lowco. Thanks to Mullis for jumping on to talk baseball. Thanks to all of our sponsors who make all this possible, and thanks to you for showing up to listen or watch. We'll be back tomorrow night, 10 o'clock. For Max Arraj and Wes Kerr, I'm Justin Jarrett. Till next time, go Lowco.
The LowcoSports Lowdown podcast is a production of Lowco Media LLC and LowcoSports.com, an independent media outlet providing grassroots local sports coverage in the South Carolina Lowcountry. We are sustained by community support from sponsors and patrons like you. Get in the game with a monthly pledge of $1 or more at patreon.com/LowcoSports to keep us going and growing. Go Lowco.